Gavin and I are going to eat. We're going to eat a half each.
I see here on Twitter, at Heza Catherine's asking, can you donate bone marrow if you're anemic? So I looked it up, and I guess the requirements for blood and bone marrow donation are very different.
Oh,
and if you're anemic, you still can donate marrow.
Didn't even try.
So, yes, you still can.
Gavin,
and I decided to look up world records regarding lemons.
Yeah.
Can you peel a lemon like an orange?
The fastest time to peel and eat 3 lemons is 28.5 minutes? Is that right?
Minutes?
How many?
28.5 seconds.
Wait. Do you want to do it too, Gus?
Yeah, well, I hope
Oh,
so.
hell
Yeah, so the challenge is lemons for leukemia, and it's just a lot of people don't realize that bone marrow can save so many lives.
This is going to derail the rest of the podcast. Now you'll be able to talk.
Do you remember? I was telling them about the M berries. Remember those?
Oh, yeah. We did it on the podcast. The magic berries that change the taste of stuff.
Right.
Wait, are we just peeling now then?
I'm going to try to eat mine like an orange.
Are we going
So
in?
when life hands you lemons, how do you make the lemonade?
Fuck me.
It's just up to the people.
What's that? Sorry?
When life hands you lemons, it's up to whoever to get creative on how to make the lemonade. When life handed me, the lemon of cancer, I decided to make the lemonade, the bucket list, and go and enjoy my life because you can't let the cancer win. You
that
gotta
led now
enjoy your life and
to the bone marrow screening challenge. So hopefully we can get as many people as possible to do this. So you guys have a solution, or have you guys looked into for people who are international and how they can do it?
Yeah, there's national registries or global registries. A different one, like Germany is a really big supporter of us, surprisingly, and they have their own registry, and they're all in contact with Be the Match. I went to Stanford Medical University, and they contact literally every single country's bone marrow registry. Like, they are really looking.
That's wicked.
All right. Well,
Are we just squeezing?
You ready to bite? Gus is already.
Do you want to
Gus ready? All right, I'm going in.
How do we?
It's actually
do we do
good. I like it.
Trade, or do you just want
Do
to?
you really?
Yeah.
Don't get it in your
Trade,
eyes.
ready?
Yeah, don't get it in your eyes.
Wait, go in more.
Oh, that's going to go in your eyes.
What was that noise?
You made me laugh and it went in my eye. Wow.
I like it.
Well, Chris, Dylan,
hate it.
It's been a pleasure to meet you so far. We have one more thing we're going to try to check off the bucket list after the podcast tonight. We'll figure out a way to do it if we can. Well, Barb, they can just race around the parking lot in my car. I don't give a shit. Yeah, why not? And but it was a pleasure to meet you both. Glad you can make the trip down to Austin.
Thank you.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to the big challenge on March 1st. All the best to you guys.
Thank you
so much.
All the best to you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
It's in my pores.
I had them let me test out an idea I want to do for making a...
Gus's glass so high and mine so low.
You said you don't drink. He's being considerate.
Oh,
He's a
that's
sugar
nice.
baby, sugar daddy,
and
sugar
Mr.
glider.
Drinking contest over there. This is an awful idea. Wonderful. Thank
He's
you.
English. He knows how.
Look at that. Gavin.
That was okay.
Cheers. Cheers to Sorola guys hitting 10 million subs.
Thank you.
Cheers to Jessica's new doc that's coming out.
Woo!
Cheers to the vlog getting canceled.
Vlog getting canceled.
Connect.
And I'm sure Gus will have an accomplishment at some point in his life. We'll just cheers to that in advance.
Do you feel like it's a load off?
Oh, no, huge. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a huge
You
load
have
off.
free time again?
A little bit, just like not having to document is nice. I mean, I'm sure I'll just be on my Instagram story nonstop for now. But stars,
Right.
this joke when you know when
Ringo
he,
Starr, if you're watching, we love you very
Yeah.
much.
Come on the podcast.
Very much, Ringo Starr.
love Ringo Starr.
Yes.
Although John Lennon did have a great line about Ringo Starr.
Was that even true? I felt like that was debunked.
Oh, really? I thought
It's a
I
great
could have
line,
sworn
though.
I've seen it on a video. It would have been filmed to video at that point, but
I'm looking it up.
we're telling you, hey, treat Ringo Starr nicely, and then here we are.
Hashtag treat Ringo Starr
spreading
nice.
Ringo Starr joke urban legends.
It is not true.
It's not true.
It was uttered by British comedian Jasper Carrot in 1983.
Jasper Carrot made that joke?
Yes.
Damn. That's awesome.
I have no idea who that is,
I
but
don't
I'm
know
glad
who
we
that
have a
is
Brit here.
You know Dawn from The Office?
Yeah.
Her dad.
Oh, okay.
really
That was so the pilots for the British
Carrot
office
legacy. Going
and
Her
on.
last name is not Carrot.
The dynasty.
the pilots for the British office and the American office are nearly identical.
Yeah.
But the British office, that's probably the best joke in the pilot is we didn't go over that.
I'm Birdie Birds.
I'm
That's
Gavin
also a pleasure to
Free.
hear.
I didn't say my last name, but it's Free.
Do you feel the need to say your last name a lot since like David's a fairly common name?
Yeah, most people just call me Eddings or Eddings. Oftentimes I get David every now and then. I've never introduced myself as Dave, but yeah, because there's so many Davids out there, Eddings. But the problem is there's another David Eddings out there too, which trips people up as well. That's my cousin. He's a fantasy author. And he wrote like the Belgarian.
So you're related to this dude as well?
Yeah.
So who has the Twitter handle?
That would be me.
Nice.
That would be me. I get a lot of his followers.
Does
though,
he have David Eddings too, or like something else?
He's dead. He passed away about 7 years ago, maybe 6, whatever. But
So
but
pre-Twitter.
No. Also, he was pretty much against computers. He wrote longhand and stuff like that. So didn't ever squat a website or anything. So.
Yeah. So he had to fight over the MySpace account or something like that.
Yeah. No, he didn't even know that MySpace existed. He was pretty out of it by then. He was about 40 years older than me when he passed away. What's crazy though is that I was at E3 when he died, and I was sitting next to somebody, and they go, it was right when Twitter first came out. And he goes, "Hey, you're dead." And the moment that he said that, I knew, like, oh my God, no. And then throughout like the next couple hours at E3, everybody's like, "You're dead, you're dead." And I'm like, dude. And it was like 2 hours later, my father called me and let me know that it.
Wow.
So I
that's somebody
found out
making a joke that they couldn't possibly see the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I get that.
That's weird. Yeah.
I think I've heard of something similar where somebody like walked into a room and goes, "Wow, who died?" It's like, our friend died. We just found out, it's that kind of thing. It's just like, oh shit.
Also, you're in a funeral home.
Yeah, which is weird
it's like
timing.
not
Everybody's in
an
black.
ask,
Yeah.
right?
It's like interrupts the eulogy. Hey, who died? But there's some people like,
Oh, what's coming up next, right? Now you pick which one we're going to talk
So
about.
I feel like we need to see what's in the box.
all right,
All right, this
show
is
me
not-
what's in the
all right.
box first, and then show everybody else. All right, now go ahead. Go ahead.
I can do that. All right, so
Why first of all, why does Jack have this box?
because I gave it to Jack.
Hey, there's
Personally,
Jack.
I did.
Look at Jack.
I gave this to Jack.
What are you doing on Always Open?
I gave this to Jack.
Jack, did you ask for this for free on Twitter?
Sorry.
Did you ask for this for free on Twitter?
No. Dave brought this to me. And so
Okay.
this is something. So we do Extra Life every year. And Dave's like, "Hey, I have some really cool stuff I'd love to give to you to give away for Extra Life." And he brought me this incredible piece. And I'm like, so last year I was like, we don't have enough time to really prep this thing. Let's build this up. So for 2018 Extra Life, we'll do something really, really
This is like
cool.
10 months of hype then.
Yeah,
This deserves it,
and
man.
and I'm glad. Thank you very much for doing this too, because this was a gift that I received when I was in Dongguan, China, having the original loot chests made for the Borderlands 2 Collector's Edition. And when I was over there, this manufacturer happens to be an official Sanrio manufacturer and licensee, and they do Hello Kitty. And while I was there, if you know anything about Chinese culture, if you ever say like, "Oh, I would love to see something like this," and if it's within their power as a host, they will make that happen. And so I said, "Oh, I would love to see a Hello Kitty loot chest." And as I was leaving, they presented me with an official
Oh my God.
Hello Kitty loot chest.
So it's a loot chest from Borderlands in the style
It is
of Hello
a
Kitty.
Borderlands.
So is that a one of a
It
kind
is
object?
a Borderlands. It is one of a kind. It is a border. I'm just trying to get the light reflecting. You can see the logo. There's a Gearbox and 2K logo there.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's
Right?
a
Yeah. It is. I was there when this was made. This is made with official Hello Kitty.
Can I hold it?
Plastic? Yes, of course. And you can even open it up.
It's
by the way.
official Hello Kitty plastic.
It is official Hello Kitty plastic and stickers. Yeah, pass it over. And there's
So I don't know why you're
only
showing
one.
this to anyone because I'm going to win this.
It's the only one in existence. and the reason I gave it to Jack is because I knew when I received it, and one, I wasn't really expecting to receive that. But I know that somewhere out there, there's a Hello Kitty fan who's a Borderlands fan, or maybe just a Hello Kitty fan that wants everything.
Does it come with your business card in it too?
It does. It does. Yeah, you can call me later. But the reality is something like this, I think, can raise a lot of money, maybe even over $10,000, maybe even over $20,000 for
sure.
to the right collector, right? And if we can do this for Extra Life, and if it can go to relieve some children's pain or suffering or anything like that, having spent a lot of time in the hospital myself, I know how much it sucks, and so I would like to see this do something good for some folks. So that's why Jack came in and gave it to me right now, because we want to let the world know that it exists. It's been hidden for a while, and now that you know, spread the word, and maybe we can help raise a lot of money.
You got to wait until
November.
Extra Life, yeah. But
Yeah, so that's one thing. We decided whether or not to do like an auction style, like where we actually put this up on eBay and have the proceeds go to Extra Life, or if we want to do sort of our raffle style, which we do with the majority of our prizes for Extra Life. And I think we're going to do an auction for this one, which will be unique and kind of one-off. We might do that with a couple of things this year. So
right on.
Would you want to do it maybe like time it around RTX Austin or something?
Probably, yeah. We'll probably give it a few months. But really, right now is about showing it. I mean, this is a one-of-a-kind, unique piece that literally that's the only one that exists on the planet.
Yep.
And so if you are a you're a Hello
it's
Kitty
official.
fan, it's official. I mean,
Yeah.
that's yeah. So I mean, that is literally it. So if you know anyone who's into Hello Kitty, or you know anyone who's into collecting unique one-off things, Borderlands or Hello Kitty,
Yeah, even if you
Let
like
them know.
Borderlands.
It's doubly official.
You know.
So yeah, but anyway, so yeah, we'll kind of show that around, kind of spread the word a little bit more, and then we'll probably have an auction maybe around RTX. Maybe we'll push it closer to November towards Extra Life, but we'll figure it out, and we'll make sure to raise a lot of money for this thing.
That's
So-
awesome, man.
so thank you, Dave, for giving it to us.
Oh, and thank you for thinking of it. I appreciate that.
Cool,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
To tie a couple stories together here. Bye, Jack. Love you. The tie a couple stories together here. Do you remember, Gus, that we were at the first ever Child's Play charity auction? And it was a big deal. They'd never done anything like this before, the Penny Arcade guys, and they were taking the step to do it. And then they got up, and Gabe and Tycho are great on stage, but they play off each other amazingly well. If you've never seen them do like their Q&A sessions at PAX, you should absolutely check it out. But when they came to do the auction, everyone in the crowd had never been to it before, so they started auctioning off the first thing, and the room was kind of dead silent. Like, anybody, it's kind of like when you ask, after a presentation, does anybody have questions? And there's that big lull, and nobody was saying anything. And Gus, you've hated this over the years, but to me, if there's a dead silence for 1 second, it feels like an hour to me, and I will immediately fill it in. So I just bid on this thing, and I won it, and I got it, and it was this MMO called World of Warcraft that was just about to come out. And it was signed by the whole dev team. And my brother was excited about the game. I got it for $350.
Something like that.
And then it came with a 3-year subscription. It was a collector's edition signed by the entire dev team. I gave it to my brother. He sold it 4 years later. He sold it on eBay for $1,500.
You're shitting
The
me.
box.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
After
I can
his
get you another one if you want.
No, I know, right?
I remember at the time you were like, well, it's a 3-year subscription at $15 a month. Like it pays for itself, right?
Right.
You're rationalizing it, like it's fine. It's like you bought it for less than what it cost.
Well, I did. I bought it for less than what it cost. Now, if you go to one of those Child's Play auctions, stuff goes
amazing.
crazy because people are just using it as an excuse to give money
I
to
did,
the
actually
charity.
did that at one of the Child's Play auctions. I wanted to bid on something, so I bid on a Halo 4 Xbox that was signed by some people, and I think it was a few hundred, 400 maybe.
Yeah.
But it came with 10 Xbox Live year things with it.
Yeah.
So it was I think I made money on it.
Yeah,
almost.
you sure did. Wow.
I didn't even know that was a part of it.
Which is great because the company donates that stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just basically free money for the charity. Everybody wins, kind of a situation.
I did a similar thing where they were auctioning off.
Ordering flowers just
do it.
because
do it.
gets you in trouble.
What?
you got-
Oh,
no, no, no,
yeah, because you're assuming. Yeah, I got you.
So you gotta
Made
you
a
gotta-
mistake or been bad or
yeah, there's something. So if you're gonna do it randomly, you gotta just have it sent at random times. I wish there was a random function, just to pick a date.
Random and cat safe.
3 times
I
throughout
like
the year.
the idea of subscribing to 3 bouquets a year and you don't know when they're going to
You don't
show
know
up.
when they're gonna show up, right?
So occasionally people just drop little bombs, like with David Eddings talking about this. Maybe you think about this with Ashley. Why don't you get up here? I want to talk to you about the bomb you dropped on me, Maddie. But I was talking with Ashley about the flamethrower today.
Oh.
Arguably a frivolous, very expensive purchase. Right?
Not
Wait,
arguably.
hold on.
It is
Not
an expensive, frivolous purchase.
Not frivolous.
$500, right?
There's
$500.
Lots of
No
first of all,
arguing.
not frivolous nor really expensive for a
it-
man like you.
In hindsight, all 3 of us, because Michael bought one as well, from what I understand.
Michael Jones?
Yeah. We could all just have gone over to Marcus and he probably would have made us.
But it wouldn't say the boring company on it.
Oh, shut up. Get
Why
the
do you
hat,
want
you
that?
fuck.
It looks like a super soaker. It's fun. It's is it going to shoot water? Is it going to shoot fire? You don't know.
So I
It's
made
boring,
a little
though.
cheeky joke to Ashley when I saw her. I was getting a Sea of Thieves closed beta code for somebody else at the company. She had an extra one, so I was going to do a nice thing for somebody else. And then I jokingly said to her, I was like, hey, sorry I made a purchase, like a flamethrower, without talking to you first. And she's typing at her desk, and she just looks up at me like this, and she goes, "You didn't talk to me about the bus first." And, and I was like, and then there was this dead silence. We're in her office with everybody who works for her. I was like, was that? Oh no, I didn't even realize that was a thing. And so now I'm in trouble.
There's lots of things that you don't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you not have that conversation about a bus?
It was. She knew I was in the works. It was a plan.
Welcome to relationships.
Yeah,
A bus?
Yeah,
Huge. Literally, physically huge.
It is huge, and I got in trouble. Let me deflect now and introduce somebody.
Deflect? Are you going to deflect?
I said deflect. Did I say deflect?
You did say deflect.
Let me deflect. And
You're like Shakespeare. You're inventing words over here.
she's from Australia. She can't even speak English anyway. So this is Maddie. Say hello, Maddie.
Hello.
Maddie is one of our interns in the live action department.
How are
Hi, Maddie.
You've been an intern for a long time.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's way more fun because there's other people to hang out with. Whereas last semester it was
That's what we want to hear.
Wait, how long have you been an intern?
I was the intern last semester as well. So I was but by myself. So it was just me. So it was a little bit lonely. But
Yeah,
now I have so many more other interns to hang out with.
I met Maddie on a live action shoot, and that's why I know. It's like,
Yeah.
you've been here a little while.
Been here a while. I've seen some things. Shows get canceled. Yeah.
You have seen that.
Yeah.
We worked on a shoot that got canceled.
Oh, right.
I felt so bad for you.
We can probably talk about that, right? Can we now?
Yeah, why not?
You released photos from it.
I showed a photo.
we did.
We did a shoot that was Gus dressed as the Grinch, and it was a Christmas thing. And then halfway through it, Legal was like, no, don't do this.
Yeah. Looks too
apparently-
realistic.
It looked realistic, and it was also had a musical component that used a very similar sounding song.
Can you just call it something different?
I think
The grunch?
it's the music and the costume were like too close.
Legal always says no to everything. That's their job. They just know you can't do this. We'll get sued, and it'll be. Which do you think would justify their job getting sued? But
Man, they don't want to work though, right? Like
Generally,
nobody
you
wants
get
to like, oh shit, now I got.
Generally, you get a cease and desist before you get sued. Just saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I also point out,
Worth
David
a
Eddings,
try.
this was a holiday short for our store. If the Dr. Seuss estate had taken down our short, that would have been more publicity than the video probably would have generated for this thing. So
Because then the Grinch would have killed our Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would have been perfect.
We should have let that
That would have
happen.
been perfect.
That's perfect.
I felt so bad though because Gus was in makeup
you
and
feel
hair
bad?
for like the whole day. We had everyone come out to the house. I think we'd sent everyone home. We'd gotten every shot except for Gus's shots, and we were like 80% done with like principal photography.
I done like sneaking around and like stuff like that.
and
I
then it
love
was
the
like,
idea of you getting like in full costume and makeup, like 6 hours long, just for shows that get canceled right as soon as you just like.
Yeah, I was
shit
not
done. You're
I
like,
was not happy. I was
Yeah.
that might be the most
Did you
like
get stroppy?
diva-ish I've been on a shoot.
What was your action? All right,
Because for a while
I'll be
they're
the
like, hey, we don't know if we can do this. It's too close to the real thing. We may have you redo your makeup and do something that looks less realistic. And I was like, I sat in makeup for 3 hours for this. Like, I'm not redoing this.
whoa,
I said, you're not gonna redo this, and
Fix it in post.
and I'm not gonna reshoot everything that we already shot.
Listen to you.
Wow. So were you more of the Chuck Jones Grinch or were you more of the Jim Carrey
Jim
Grinch?
Carrey Grinch.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, and then
you went that way.
There were some very tense conversations, and it was all right, everybody, let's go home.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Blaine, who even though he should have the highest confidence levels of anyone at the company because of his physical fitness and just his position in life,
He's a
unfortunately, he has very little confidence. He's the only person I know that's had 2 shoots canceled in the middle of the shoot. That was one. And then we did another one a couple years ago where 3/4 of the way through the day, the lead actor goes, you know what? I don't like this material. And said, I'm leaving.
Oh,
And
right. I forgot about
They
that.
even got his agent on the phone. The agent's like, if you walk off this set, allegedly, this is what I heard was said, if you walk off the set, I'll stop representing you. And the guy was like, I'm out of here. Bye. So I worked in that one. You worked on that one, Cuddy? Good,
So
worked
do
on
we
that one.
then, like, because that would cost us a load of money. Is that like an insurance claim?
We talked about suing the guy for a little bit, just out of like, because we'd never had anything like that, but we're not going to sue a dude. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he would have, there's no way he could recoup. There's no way he
certainly
could
won't-
pay for that shoot.
certainly won't work with him again. I don't know that we can't not pay him.
No,
No, I mean,
you
like,
couldn't sue him for enough
If you
to pay
sued
for
him
this.
for all the time and money lost, I doubt one person could afford that.
I doubt that.
How
shoot was
bad?
very
How
expensive.
bad was this script that he just decided to walk?
It was
off?
fine.
Either way,
fine.
it was in the script. Either way, it was in the script. All right. Well, Maddie, I have to say that as an intern, one of the things that we offer that's of value to our interns is they learn valuable business and professional procedures.
what are you about to
Oh my
what
God.
Are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out how to get to this
sounds
point.
like such
I
BS.
can tell it's not working.
We are supposed to teach you about how to operate properly in a professional business environment. That's one of the things that we try to teach our
Did you
interns.
goof?
She goofed a little bit. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the story.
You done goofed?
You stop me when the story sounds weird. So Maddie,
Consequences will never be the same.
Maddie was gonna come and sit in on the podcast. I was on a shoot for Marshall's got a new show, a new live action show that Marshall's working on. I have a part in it, and I was on set. Maddie, working in the live action department, was there as an intern, but she was coming over to the podcast as well. And I said I had to race to get out of there because we shoot the podcast at 5:00.
I raced to get away from Marshall too.
Yeah, I know. It was like 4:15. We were getting to the end of the day, and I'm like, hey, I really gotta make sure I'm winding down here to get out of here. And I saw Maddie. I go, hey, Maddie. I said, you're coming to the podcast, right? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, do you need a ride? I don't know what your situation is. Do you have a car? She goes, yeah, I have a car.
No, Jessica said, yeah, she's got a car.
Oh, I could have sworn you said it. Okay, we're in the room. Yeah, Maddie's got a car. So we wrap. I get out of there. I go out to my car. Maddie comes hauling out, running, and she's like, wait. And I go, what? And she goes, I need a ride. And I said, I'm sorry. I thought I wasn't leaving you. I thought you had a car. And she goes, oh, no. On the application, one of the requirements for the job as intern is that you have to have a car. So I just told them that I do, but I don't have a car. Okay, I'll get ride with you. And she hops in my car. I'm
You
like,
do know who that is, right? Why would you tell him that?
why of all people would you tell me that?
Because you're not like my boss. Like
You're only her boss's boss.
You're too high up the hierarchy.
It's like if you're stealing office supplies, you can tell the CEO. What's he gonna do? He's not my boss.
He wasn't buying the paper clips.
He's like, way to show initiative. But it is one of those things where it's like, is obviously dirty little liar, but is this initiative? Like she went out of her way. Like one of the things I found out she had to do, Gavin, was pick you up to go somewhere because you don't drive. Another irresponsible foreigner over here.
Yeah.
And that she had to get you a lift instead and kind of fool you into taking a
No,
lift.
I got someone else to go and get you instead.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really pay attention to who it is.
Not drive in Texas.
I knew you wouldn't care. But also, I would like to clear my name.
Go ahead.
So originally,
Liar,
I was in the post-production department. And so I was just editing. I didn't need a car. It wasn't on the application when I applied online. So I was in the clear. I didn't need a car. It was fine. And then slowly I started doing more and more production stuff because they didn't have an intern. I was all alone by myself. And then Will was just having me do more and more stuff. And then one day it was like, okay, next semester, want to come back? I was like, yes. And he's like, you got a car, right? And I was like, yeah. And I didn't write anything on paper. I just kind of.
Oh, so a lie doesn't count if you say it. It only counts if you write it.
I was worried he'd be like, well, no, you can't. Like, we need someone to.
Well, that's exactly what he would have said.
So wait, what do you do if
By the way,
it's
she's actually right. I'm at the level where I think it's funny. I think it's funny.
What if Will's like, go and pick up a bunch of shit from a bunch of different places?
I Uber everywhere. I calculated how much I spent last semester, and it was pretty bad.
Oh my God, you're paying to work here?
How much was it for Uber?
I don't want to say.
Say it. Please.
No, because what if I get in
above
trouble?
500?
Gus, she's paying for education. She gets professional business procedure education.
Was it more than $500?
Oh yeah.
More than $800? More than $1,200?
Get a car! Get a car!
My
It's
dad's
economics.
coming at spring break, and we're gonna get a car.
Oh, so what is the decision for not having a car? Because I don't have
Yeah,
one.
because I'm foreign
who's
and
asking
I'm
that question?
because I'm foreign and I'm worried that I'll like hit someone and like get deported or
Oh, high
something.
five. Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Actually,
Valid
a little bit.
reason.
And I had an Australian driver's license that was valid. So if I did need to drive the pickup truck, I could. Like if they
Right.
needed me to do something.
Are you authorized to drive the truck?
Well, I'm not an employee, so I
Oh,
can't
you
yet.
can't.
But I always said if they needed me like desperately, I like could. But now,
For
we can
all
break
the
the
insurance agents watching, we do not allow
no, I've
interns
never.
to drive the truck. It is
I've
only
never
authorized
driven on
employees.
this
Have
side
you
of the
ever
road.
driven on the right-hand side?
No, I've never.
I didn't think so.
No.
You,
But-
you have a hard time crossing the streets too, don't you?
I'm always like,
yeah, you look
which
the
way?
wrong way. I know. Yeah.
And it
You
was
get hit easy.
like the other day we were filming something here in the parking lot, and like my license is now expired. Like I can't drive here at all. And so Drew, we were filming something. We needed cars to be lined up, and Drew was like, "Hey, Maddie, can you go ask people if you can move their cars just like here so we can use them in the shot?" And I was like, okay. And so I like went and asked the other intern. I was like, listen, like you gotta go, you gotta move them. I can't do it.
She's smart. She delegates. She
Okay.
knows how to.
Well,
Yeah,
technically,
she
you could
takes
probably
charge. She delegates.
just push them.
She goes to Home Depot to pick up like hardware materials
Yeah.
for live action, and then gets a lift and then loads lumber.
Also, the Home Depot's like 90 seconds down the road
Yeah.
from here. It's like, I need it
short
right
trip.
there so I can put lumber in your car and then take it 90 seconds back.
And then they send me to HEB to get crafty, and they'll be like, you need 10 cases of water, 3 cases of Coke, 3 cases of like Sprite. And it's like the Uber pulls up and I'm like, hi, please don't give me a bad rating.
Oh,
We're going next door.
God.
Wow.
You should at least walk there and
I'm
then
just
call the
like-
Uber once you get there.
I'm just like worried
You
that
need to
now,
make a friend who has a
I don't
car.
know, Jessica's going to see this, or like Blaine or Javier.
Well,
and they're
it's
gonna
too
be-
late now.
So wait, they still don't
Nah.
know?
No, I think
You're
Will-
approved. They know now. You're approved. I don't know what power my title has, but you're approved. That's it.
Okay.
You have seal of approval. You don't need
I'm
a
totally
car.
fine continuing to Uber everywhere.
Well, you're gonna have to.
That's a song.
Do you use Uber and not Lyft?
Yeah,
Moneybags?
I use Uber because it has the parent. Like I can, do you know what I mean? Like I can, like I have a family account, and so it's like
So you made
Oh
your
my
parents
God,
pay
any
for
other
all your
lies
Ubers?
here?
Oh my God. My parents pay for her
Thanks,
work here.
Dad.
That's amazing.
So, anything else you want to clear the air on right now with the
I
confessions?
don't think I've done.
Are you
Did you lie on
actually
your college
22?
entrance?
I'm 21.
You're 21?
Application or whatever?
You sure? Actually 21? You're not like two 10-year-olds stacked on
No.
top of each other? Or anything
I
like
applied
that?
to graduate
In a trench
today.
coat? Okay. All right. Good.
So.
BoJack
But yeah,
Horseman.
that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Maddie.
No worries.
It was great
Wow.
to work with you for the short amount of time.
I think Will's just gonna kick me to the curb now. It's fine.
Yeah, when Will finds out, you're kind of owned.
Well, at least you'll have a ride.
Oh man.
I think that's some good initiative. That's pretty impressive to me, actually.
Patrick was saying that now we should have all of our interns submit photos of themselves with their car whenever they apply. Look, I have the keys. I can drive it. Next what we'll have like interviews where the intern has to drive, and then you ride.
We
Passenger.
should have like an intern road course, That's a great question.
Do you 69 someone or do you just participate in 69?
no.
Because all you can do is
Do you initiate or
you can only do half
First
of that.
of all, are you the
you can
6 or the
6 or
9?
9.
Which one are you, the 6 or the 9?
Where's the camera?
yeah?
Good question.
Too much multitasking. I mean, what are you guys out of time?
I'm
You're
hoping
multitasking. You've only got
I'm
to focus
hoping I get
on
to
one
do that
thing.
one day.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta focus on two things.
Well, oh yeah, I've really got to get focused on getting sucked off. Like, what does that mean?
Well, you want to enjoy it.
Sit there and get sucked
You
off.
want to enjoy it.
No, if you're 69, you gotta do something too. You can't just.
I think all you got to do is work on your end and try not to fart. Am I right?
But you do want to enjoy it, Gav, when you're not in a 69 and you're just getting regularly sucked off.
Yeah.
You're not doing your taxes or anything else, like multitasking.
Although
while you're
that
doing
would be a great way to do taxes.
It would be.
I would be looking forward to tax day.
I was thinking I was close to doing
You
another
haven't
ad
seen my
read, but
accountant.
I'm really not going to get there.
We not got like a 69 base sponsor.
Is April 15th going to get here yet?
Oh, jeez. God.
Yeah. So what are you thinking about during that?
You're asking me when
Baseball.
my date was. What am I thinking about during 69? I'm concentrating on what I'm doing here, and I'm concentrating on what's going on here.
But what?
69 sucks because you're
What's your
concentrating-
ratio?
You're concentrating on doing something while you're also concentrating on receiving pleasure, and you can't do it.
surely it's like-
it's the worst position in the world. The 69 position is actually completely stupid. It really is.
But what's your focus
It
split?
seems
Are you like
an efficiency
90?
thing? Like if you've got like 5 minutes and that's it. It's like, well, we can't get to you and me.
Like,
so
between
let's just-
classes at school.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But how much? Like, what
Commercial
percentage
break.
are you focusing on one thing? Like, are you 90 and 10?
I don't know. I didn't like. It's not like a chess match where I'm like hitting the stopwatch thing. And, I don't know. I just think like you're concentrating on receiving and you're concentrating.
You can't be 90% on getting sucked off and 10% on doing your
It's
job.
probably 50-50. It's probably
50-50?
It's probably where the 69 comes from.
That's where-
69-31. That's what it is. That's what it means. 69% of my attention is devoted.
You give 69% of the attention, and 31% is you receiving.
Right.
It works out.
You know,
It
sometimes
equals out.
they'll clip out a bit of this podcast for Facebook, and it'll be like a quirky meme little clip. You think this is going to be that clip?
I hope
Probably.
not.
It could be.
Are you saying
Oh
that
my
so
God.
it won't be? You're hoping this won't be it?
Oh my God. No, I'm hoping it won't be.
So well, I can't even tell you what the age was that I first 69, but it had to be college. Had to be.
And did you make that move? You
I
like,
was
let's,
married.
let's try something.
What's that? I don't know. It is a move though, because it's a full rotation. And you know, when you were changing positions, the other person sometimes tries to figure out. Like, there's like it's almost like a lambada, you know, like a dance
because
move.
it's very
There's little
unromantic.
nudges, and that's it. Like you're leading a little bit, like, oh, go this way or go that way. We're doing this. And so sometimes the person goes upside, and you're like, no, we're not
Yeah.
going that way. We're
I
going.
feel like it's unromantic to be like 69.
It's like you're putting an order in. I'll take a number 69 right now.
But the 69 move is like the full rotation. So I guess you do have to discuss it beforehand because the other person's like, where are you going? It's like, what's.
Could you do it while you're in her mouth?
Like, it's like
There's someone in an audio booth over there.
Sound like you laugh in the wall.
They're in the booth.
Oh my God. Hold on. Oh, so first of all, it's like one of the, it would be like rotating like this, right?
Yeah, like Itsy Bitsy Spider on the pivot point.
That's it. It's the Itsy Bitsy Spider. That's it. It's the
Yeah.
Itsy Bitsy Yeah.
I feel like you get to like 90
When you
degrees
get
of
down the water
rotation.
spout, right?
Like, I feel like she tried to keep up for a while, and then after a while, like, oh, okay, see, it's coming around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this. I mean, it's a dangerous move. If it's it's complex.
It seems
Overrated. I would say overrated.
Overrated. Huh?
It's
it
overrated.
seems like done the wrong way.
time.
It,
You know-
it could slice your penis off.
You know
Well,
what
'cause
you
the
really
teeth.
got to be careful of, before you're 69 is proper grooming.
Really?
And
that
I
right?
think that's a
Nice.
great
By the
time
way, are we
to
introducing our
remind
next
you
sponsor, by the way?
that this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club.
I knew it. I knew
You've
it.
heard me talk about the amazing shave I get from my Dollar Shave Club razor, especially when I use it with their Dr. Carver shave butter. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm never giving up my membership.
Change. That was a bad date, though. That was a really bad date. So this was a Friday afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right after work. So it was 6:30 or something. Like, oh, happy hour type thing. It was a Tinder, so we'd never met in real life. And I go there, and it's one of those things, when you meet someone from Tinder and you immediately know that you're not interested in them, just physical body, chemistry, whatever.
You find them repulsive.
That's your words, not mine. So
it wasn't a match. Sure.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So we sit down, and the whole time I'm like, I get a drink, and I'm drinking this beer, and I'm like, I have until this beer is empty to come up with a good excuse to like, hey, okay, I'm tired or something like that, right? I was trying to, a polite, stuck around for a good 20, 30, 40 minutes, a polite amount of time, right? This amount of beer. And I'm just drinking, but it's hard because it's a Friday night at 6:30 or something, right? It's early. And I've already established that I don't work tomorrow, right? So I'm just trying to think through everything. And I'm trying to come up with the excuse. And then I'm finishing up my beer and I still got this much. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. I still got time, trying to still maintain conversation. And then the girl downs her beer and was like, hey, do you want to go get, let's go get some more drinks. And I panicked because I was I didn't want to go get more drinks. I didn't we'd already been there for nearing an hour. And I was just like, oh, I can't. And she was like, why? And I go, I'm hungry.
Okay.
So I told her I was hungry. And then she was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I'm just super hungry. I forgot to eat dinner, so I've got to go get
I'm
dinner.
allergic to beer. My house is on fire. Okay, bye.
I just froze, and I just said I had dinner.
Okay.
And then she was like, oh, okay, do you want to meet up afterwards? Maybe after dinner.
Oh no, I have food poisoning from the meal I'm about to eat.
It was horrible.
Man.
It was so. I was
Listen,
so
if you go on a date, no matter what, at least this is my rule. If the date is bad, and because the same thing, you sit down and you're not going to like each other. You got to stick it out.
No,
You got to stick it out.
Well, I did.
So you took her to go get food after that?
No, because we didn't make plans to go get food. We made plans to get drinks.
Right, but then you left at 6:30 at night, basically.
No, I left
7:30.
45 minutes to an hour later
to go get food, but you didn't take her with.
Well, no.
That was just an excuse. He wasn't actually
that was my excuse.
I know, but it's dinner time. That she probably saw right through that, right?
Well, yeah, it was bad.
Did you meet back up with her or not?
No. I messed it up. It was a bad. I just messed everything up.
Where'd you end up eating?
I don't remember, man. That wasn't important.
Arby's night for sure.
Chris, I heard you
got the meat. Used Alexa. Oh, sorry. If you guys have an Amazon Echo at your house, because we keep activating them.
Right, that's right.
But there was this one time where I was coming home from picking up some groceries, and it was late at night, and I think we had to get something, and my girlfriend was taking a nap. So on Spotify, you can control the music that's playing in your house. So I thought it would be really fucking funny if I got to my apartment door, put my key in really quietly, and then played John Cena's theme song, and then as soon as it started, bust in, and then have a wrestling intro for my girlfriend, and make her laugh and stuff like that. I did that. So it's dun, 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 and I bust in, and I'm oh, acting like a dumbass. And my girlfriend's literally screaming bloody murder. And I was like, echo off. And I turned the lights on, and I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, she had a ghost experience that went simultaneous with
John
my
Cena ghost.
She was like, this is really weird timing, but I felt something in the room, and I swear to God, the temperature of the room got super fucking cold. It was so cold, and I feel like I couldn't move my body. I think she had sleep paralysis. And then you come in with your fucking music, and I was like, I'm gonna die. So like Alana thought she was gonna die.
That's when you just leave that note you were talking about, just to be like, "Hey, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It was the silly wrestling
Do you
intro."
think you give power to ghosts if you believe in them? Like if you refuse to believe in ghosts, I feel like you'll never see one.
I remember one night where the old apartment that Aaron currently lives in, that I used to live in, I've since moved out, was haunted. It was built in '66. No fucking way that people haven't died there. And I used to remember waking up at night and I'd feel like there'd be like a cop in my room, and I'd act totally normal. There's a police officer just doing his duty. Then there'd be a construction worker.
Wait.
I would wake up in the middle of the night,
and there'd be.
It sounds like the village people were at your house. It was a cop and a construction worker and then an Indian guy.
Alana like playing the YMCA as a prank to you.
Well, so no, like I would wake up and then I would be like kind of in this daze where I would think that someone was in the room, but I wouldn't act in a way that it freaked me out. Like it was just kind of like a normal thing. And then I'd wake up.
Hey, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm your host, Gus Sorola.
No, you're not, you
Gus,
liar.
you're beautiful.
I've been working out.
How much money do you think it would take? I'm Gavin.
Barbara.
I would like if the introductions took the entire hour. Burnie.
How?
And I'm Gus. And this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Casper Mattresses and Even Prime, and we'll talk more about them later.
How did you know that? Did you read the Caesar screen?
No, I was listening to you before when you were like, these are original.
No, that was good though, because we had no discussion about that, and I have the thing.
My question is this: is there an amount
Did I
of
get that
money
right?
that could turn
You did.
Gus
Nailed it.
into Ashley?
Oh God, no! Like, have you seen Altered Carbon?
No,
That's
No,
about
I've
the
heard of
only
that,
way.
though.
Dude, it's great. So
We're
I
just talking about please.
I was making fun of Gus because Gus is not here today. And I was talking with Gavin on text. And I was being a little brutal, I have to admit. And Gus does this thing when he travels for a convention or on vacation. He then comes back into town, but then takes a day off. And he's very, very, very consistent about it.
The classic personal day.
I'm pretty sure this is Gus's personal day for his trip to RTX Sydney. I was like, he didn't even mention to me that it was the Pancake Podcast when he asked me to, because I had to arrange the cast for this.
Do you think he knew? Did he forget?
I know he didn't forget. At least I think he didn't forget, because we have something really, really cool that he prepared. It's right behind me. You can see it right there. We have a pancake bot that will print pancakes in whatever design.
That's it. That's the peak of technology. Shut it all down.
Yeah.
You don't need anything after that.
How are we going to top ourselves next year?
I have no idea.
We can't.
Oh, you know what I had a plan to do before Patrick revealed the pancake bot to me is I was going to try to make you guys Japanese pancakes.
What are those?
They're pancakes, but from Japan.
Oh.
You remember we had them in Japan. They're floofy.
They're floofy?
They got floof. They're like, poof.
What, like
They're like a pancake is, and then the Japanese pancake is, poof. They're like wiggly and stuff. By the way,
That's
found
so racist.
There's so many things to talk about.
It's sad because I totally understand what you're describing just based off your sounds.
That was an excellent.
Look at that pancake.
Okay, I'm gonna put chocolate chips in this other one just because I feel like somebody's gonna want chocolate chips. I got really close to the mic when I said that.
Chocolate chips.
I'll allow it.
So what have we done? We've done designs for the pancake bot. I think we have some faces.
Gus isn't here to get mad at me about my computer volume being on.
Your text to me was great though, because you were like, he asked me to do a podcast. This is the Pancake Podcast. We literally have one tradition. It's the Pancake Podcast.
He's not here for it. He didn't mention it to me. I was really offended. But
so would we have just done it next week?
No, you can't miss it.
Look at that.
That was top.
Look at this. This is perfect. What a great start for pancake.
I think you're supposed to put the chocolate chips in before the first flip.
You're probably right.
So that it cooks in there.
I do it my way, and then
it sounds like an air compressor's going off.
Yeah, it is a little bit loud, so it's probably gonna pick it up on my mic. But it's just got like a little servo, and it like takes.
I like that all of our special.
Do we have a camera?
Traditions make a terrible audio product, like steak day.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
Which we've only done once.
Yeah, is it a tradition if it's only been done?
Like, you didn't notice the sex stuff?
I did not, but I'm noticing
What
some
happened?
sex stuff right now.
What's happening?
How my pancake being made. It's so unsubtle.
It really rushed the shaft. It's already done, pretty much. How many pubes did you put on it, Barbara?
I was just drawing.
Is that a vein in the middle?
Yeah.
Where's the top of the shaft?
I don't know. I drew it and it didn't make it.
Maybe it'll get to it.
Look at it go crazy on the hair, though.
That's clearly not going to hold itself together.
It will.
We'll find out.
She filled it in.
We'll find out what happens. Stay tuned,
filled it in.
everybody.
Dude, but Teddy did this thing where on like day 2 or 3, he came over to our room and then he looked at the mini bar And he goes, "Oh, you guys haven't eaten your snacks." Oh, and I went, "What?" And he said, "You haven't eaten any of your snacks." I go, "These snacks?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Teddy, you had to pay for these." He goes, "I thought they were complimentary." I went in his room. He had opened everything in the minibar just to try it.
Including the emergency bow tie?
No, he didn't do the emergency bow tie or the couples
It's like
kit.
the kind of thing where you pick up a packet of M&Ms and it's $9 that you just spent.
Yeah, no, he just had opened everything and said, "I don't like this." And, because it was Australian candy, you want to try different stuff.
Yeah.
But he didn't know you had to pay for it. He thought it was
He
all
opened a bunch
complimentary.
of Tim Tams.
So I'm going to find out how much that costs pretty soon.
It's probably going to be a couple $100 for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's done a bunch of other stuff, like he ordered room service?
He won't be a couple hundred, do you think?
I think
at minibar,
probably
easily.
like 200 or 300.
If he ate the whole thing.
If he ate everything there? All the drinks too?
Did he
or
have any
just
No, not the drink.
Okay.
The little
Although
whiskeys.
we did try
Speaking of
and
whiskey.
see if we could get him to like be like, you're in another country. It's okay. Here's some tequila. Because we figured that would probably put him off it forever and ever and ever.
What's
but
he doing
was
now?
too smart for us.
Oh, do you think he
It's
got
about
any?
to ejaculate.
Oh, you got your shaft top.
It did. And I don't remember
Gavin?
drying that much hair, but apparently
Thank
I did.
you. Very
Oh,
much.
I was watching you do it. You were at it for a while. And there was a discussion about whether or not to fill it in.
We did.
So is that done or is there another layer coming?
I think there should be another layer.
Okay, because it'll fill it in.
Charging up again.
So what it does is, and I'll grab it really quickly after it finishes this next layer. So what it does is it puts down like a definition layer, and it lets that cook for a while, and then puts another layer over the top. So theoretically, it should be multiple colors
So
of
that's the
pancake
liner.
doneness.
That's the line.
That's the way it works.
Okay.
I mean, this is like somebody went to school for a really long time to study engineering, which is a very difficult degree. And then this is what they made. They made.
Well, but then more specifically, this is what's being made with all of their work.
Is this where we're headed?
I
Is this
too
stuff-
have a degree.
I know. Is it like? I don't know.
Right?
Do you think we do the
No.
logo with it?
Can you get it all in?
I always do that wrong.
God.
No. Gavin, I did load up a pattern here that I thought you would ask for
Very uneven.
in the pancake spot. I had them load up a waffle. I thought that you would enjoy a pancake.
I would.
That's shaped like a waffle.
Was that you the first year who kept calling it a waffle instead of a pancake?
I did, yeah.
Well, it's
Here,
because
let's
the
try-
pancake's
that one?
a waffle with a different shape.
That one uses a lot, though, right?
Well, they
Yeah,
use similar
it's the same.
batter.
There we
But
go. Perfect.
Oh, it is very hot.
Load it up. We'll try to get one by the end. If not, we can definitely get it in the post show.
You look like a ghost.
I can't man Twitter today either. So if
This
somebody
is-
else wants to do it,
Oh, yeah, we
I've never been able
I'm
to
sure my
blow
audio is
myself
garbage.
before.
You do social media, right?
Sometimes. Let's look her up.
You have to put your tongue through where the mouth is.
Tweet us using
Blueberry,
hashtag RT Podcast, y'all.
Plain?
Oh yeah, eat your mouth out. Oh,
And
that's
then put
a good
your,
one.
yeah. Now it's like silence the lambs.
Wait.
Good, good.
Hold on. Okay, I got this.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Check this out, Gav.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Call it out there because I'm not a mic. So
Yeah,
There's
someone
a-
made a marshmallow. Rooster Teeth.
Lovely.
Is that some strawberry, like a mushed strawberry to make the lips?
Isn't that more of the kind of pancakes you're supposed to make for Shrove Tuesday, Gavin?
Yeah, you're gonna make
Real thin?
crepes, basically.
okay,
These are wrong. We've been doing it wrong for 5 years.
Plain one, which you can come up here, Maddie. Why don't you come get this one?
That's it.
Is that your nose?
I can
Poke a hole through it?
Maddie, we're
Yeah.
potato.
Wait, did we get
Was
this?
that-
Jack Potato.
Is it who is it? Is it Jack Tilla? Who is it? What is it?
It looks like something.
Now I see
Yeah.
it.
It's my smug
It makes
face.
sense now.
Here, I got it. Oh, there you go.
I can actually see it now.
Good, right?
These are good. They're fluffy,
It's even dark down where the beard
delightful.
All right,
Oh my god, it's actually really good.
Is it?
Yeah, do it again.
Oh, it's not making me.
So, Steph, you think we're going to reach a point where video game movies are as mainstream and as high quality as comic book movies are? Because comics languished in this territory for decades as well, and then they busted out.
I think they'll get.
Hey, speaking of weird noises out of the bathroom.
Oh, right.
We just had something really funny happen right before we came out here. We were backstage and we're all hanging out, and Blaine says, "All right, we're right back. Gonna go take a real quick shit before we go out and do the podcast." So he goes into the bathroom. Then about 2 minutes later, we hear like a
like a scream.
Everyone just stops and turns and looks at the bathroom, and Blaine walks out like nothing happened. We're like, what happened in there? From our perspective, you said you were taking a quick shit. We heard a loud splash and you screamed.
I was turning on the faucet, and I don't know if it's connected to the water properly or not, but it just like sprayed violent water on my hands. So I was like, ah! But I had to wash my hands still because I didn't want to have pee-pee on my hands. So then I was like, ah! No, I didn't pee on my hands. Do not ask me this. You were waiting for it. You were like, set.
You act like that's weird, though, because we had one of those go-on moments as well, where you were talking to me and Barbara, and you were casually mentioning, sometimes when you laugh super hard, Barbara, and you pee your pants. And Barbara,
Does this happen to anybody? Where you,
I mean,
Raise your hand.
where
if
you
that's
giggle
happening.
so hard that you wet yourself a little bit?
it's all the same people that bought the Gus shirt.
also,
Right. That's our demo.
Anyone here with a vagina should have raised your hand, by the way. I'm on to all of you. I know how it works.
That happens.
Blaine has a vagina, apparently. So I can't get this image out of my head now. But it was great, though. I love those moments because Blaine goes, you know what it's like when you're laughing sometimes and then you piss your pants a little bit. And Barbara immediately goes, and then Blaine just keeps talking about it. And luckily, is he an intern or is he a new addition to the broadcast staff?
Intern.
He was there, Johnny, on the spot to back Blaine up and tell him, absolutely. We all piss our pants.
It's because he
when we
wasn't in
laugh.
the room when you guys were making fun of Blaine. So when he walked into the room,
Yeah.
and you guys were like, "Hey, have you ever pissed your pants from laughing too much?"
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely, sir.
I'll do it right now, sir.
There's a kinship with us interns. We understand the hardships.
Speaking of bodily,
came by and sat with you guys off topic,
getting a thumbs up over there.
and then punched Blaine in the stomach and kicked you in the shin. That was dangerous as shit, by the way.
Kicked me twice here, and then he punched me twice here. Then Trevor punched me. So
how'd that relate?
I mean, when you get tickled sometimes, and it's like, no. I'm just kidding, Trevor. It was a good punch. It was a good punch.
So I had a thing where he was, I guess he was on the subreddit, but then he reached out to me. He reached out to me on Wednesday of this week and said, "Hey Burnie, I'm a big fan. Would you follow me? I need to DM you something." And I saw this guy and saw he was a UFC fighter. So
You know,
I
you
thought,
could just DM someone who follows you.
Your DMs have to be open, though.
No, I think if you follow someone, that person could
Yes.
DM you.
Yes.
Without you following.
well, we learned a little something about Twitter today. Can I finish my story? So
I missed that insult, but everyone went, "Oh," so I assume it was bad.
No, it was okay.
What did you say to me?
I said you're great and pretty. So he wrote me and said, "Will you follow me and so that I can DM you?" And I was like, "Oh, this guy's a UFC fighter. I'm kind of curious what he has to say." So I said, "Sure." Later that night, I followed him. I said, "What's up?" And he wrote, "Hey Burnie, I appreciate it. My name is Brian. I'm going to be fighting the UFC event in Austin on Sunday. I've been a big fan of the podcast and Achievement Hunter, and I have an extra 2 tickets to the event. If you would, or anyone at the company would like them." I said, "That would be great. Thank you so much for thinking of us." That's it. I messaged him like 3 more times after that, and he never messaged me back. Came to the office, visited. Jeff, did you get tickets to the fight? Ezra? This motherfucker, dude.
Tyler?
Did Tyler get tickets?
Hey,
great seat.
That must really suck when someone doesn't message you back, right?
The difference is, Gus, I've never offered you anything, ever.
I was trying to confirm if Burnie was going to be here tonight because I wasn't sure. And I messaged him on Wednesday? Are you still doing the Live Week podcast on 219 or are you out? Nothing.
Does he still have read receipts?
Nothing. Yeah, it says delivered. It doesn't say read.
Oh, you took off read receipts, you
took off
bitch.
read receipts. So how was the show?
Way down to find you, Gus. I don't know where you are. So Barb, you'll see this. I have not taken part in like this online dating culture, but this is being ghosted, right? Look what I finally did. I messaged him on Sunday after not being responded to. Where's my Twitter? There.
The UFC guy?
Yeah, the UFC guy.
Should watch what you say about this guy or he's going to come back and punch me again.
Oh, he lost in the first round. Fuck him. What's up? There we go.
I like you, Brian. You're a fun guy.
He left town, right? He left town?
He's actually right there.
Uh-oh.
Throw me at him. Oh,
look, so I wrote on the day.
You wrote on the day.
And I wrote that there.
What?
Finally trying to get him to finally answer me back.
This is Sunday at 7:14 p.m.
Yeah, so I wrote him.
What time was the fight?
That's a little desperate.
No, that's Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
The fight was on Sunday.
What time is the bout?
Anyway, he wrote back to me, finally.
Yesterday at 11:40 a.m.
Yeah.
I should fight around 7 tonight on Fox Sports 1.
Watch it on TV, dude. That's what he told me. That was his response. Here we go. unfollow. Hey.
Jeez.
That puts us on the same, I think, relative scale, like the man scale. I'm like now even with him, right? That makes me as tough as he is.
This guy's gonna find you.
I did not unfollow him.
And punch you.
I did not unfollow him.
You have a lot of defenders online, Blaine.
Tantaviv.
That it's.
Hey, Ezra, or as I like to call him, Your Majesty.
Can we start calling him President Cooperstein whenever I see him?
Yeah.
Mr. President, can you follow me this way?
I said
I have a meeting with the president.
I replied to one of his emails the other day with a Bitmoji, and after I sent it, I was like, "Was that a little too sarcastic? Like, did that come across as like kind of like being an asshole?" I think it was like awesome or something like that.
Probably.
And I was like, "Oh, I hope he doesn't think."
I don't know. Is Gus getting fired? Yes or no? Yeah.
Well, you heard what Miles did when Ezra first started working with us, right?
Jackass.
No.
Yeah.
Miles got super drunk, I think was it a holiday party, Bethany? And he thought, he walked up to Ezra thinking, when Ezra had a beard, he thought he was talking to Will Hyde.
Oh my God.
So Miles walks up to Ezra, who's a very imposing figure, and Miles thinks he's joking with Will, goes, "Hey buddy, just want to let you know you're doing a really shitty job. Everybody here fucking hates you."
Wasn't it also Miles who like thought he was walking up to Jordan Swears and spanked him on the ass, and it was actually Matt Hullum?
That was
Oh, no, that was you.
How do you confuse those two?
They were wearing the same suit jacket that night. This was the same party, and it happened, and he turned around, and I was like, "I'm fired." He was like, "Do it again."
Now you're fired for that joke. So you smacked Matt on the ass at a holiday?
Hard, yeah.
I feel like Matt could take it better than Jordan. I feel like you could have done permanent damage to Jordan.
Break Jordan in half.
Matt's a good sport.
It was fun. We were just doing this thing. The 15th anniversary of Rooster Teeth is coming up this April 1st. And